What is going on, fellow fans of Clash of Clans? I am so excited to bring you today's video. It is your host, Galadon, and yes, we are going to take a look at the first ever player to defeat Clash of Clans. And yes, this is a huge piece of Clash history that every player should know. Maybe you're not subscribed to the channel, so you missed out, but make sure now you take that opportunity to subscribe, maybe even leave a like or a comment, as yes, we are going to see absolute and complete gem box destruction and talk about the moment that a player, well, a very specific player, won Clash of Clans. Now, he says this came from great practice and great skill. And I was thinking, well, if we want to increase our skill in Clash of Clans, we should all be checking out Gamerzclass. Yes, Gamerzclass creates classes and instructional videos to help players improve, specifically right here in Clash of Clans. It's true, check it out. Top players like Fluxy, Nabrax, and more will give you the tips so that you can attack like a pro. More than just videos, they are full-on instructionals to increase your skills, and as a member you get access to 6 new Clash of Clans tutorial videos every week from pros and veterans, step-by-step illustrated instructions you can't find anywhere else, daily tutorials, full Discord access, and this usually costs $9.99 a month, but if you click the link in my description, you get the first month for 99 cents. That is right, less than $1 for the top tips from the best Clash of Clans players in the world. Gamerzclass is where you will find that top Clash of Clans coaching to get you to the next level. Thank you guys for checking out Gamerzclass, and thank you Gamerzclass for sponsoring today's epic video of Ultimate Gem Box Destruction. And hey, I mean, this was so appropriate because we are, well, in fact, looking at the greatest Clash of Clans player of all time, Peter $17, destroying gem boxes. And okay, now let's go back and look at the actual video that has nearly 14 million views. Peter $17 wins Clash of Clans. Now, of course, this does harken back to a less complicated earlier day of the old Clash of Clans, where the highest level Town Hall was Town Hall 10, and yes, developer iPads or developer videos, whatever you wanted to call it, was a pretty common thing. There were about half a dozen to a dozen content creators that had access to this developer version of Clash of Clans. And, well, fine. Okay, if you guys have gone back and seen all the videos, you know that Peter $17 can be a bit of a pill. And he has, unfortunately, done some unauthorized things to my accounts and my iPads in the past, so this was a little bit of revenge on my part. I saw a chance to kind of play a little April Fool's trick on Peter while he was in the clouds looking for a base to attack on his normal accounts. I slipped in just for a moment while he wasn't looking and logged on to the developer version. This is the old developer version of Clash of Clans. You can see that D in the top right, and yes, we let Peter think that he was still in the regular game looking for bases to attack, and you'll notice at the bottom of the screen the old troop icons, the stars that determine their level, and yes, 300 of every troop. I figure you're pretty much always going to 3-star if you've got 300 golems, 300 P.E.K.K.A.s, 300 witches, 300 healers. It was crazy. In fact, it's so funny when you would deploy 300 witches, most tablets could not handle it. The memory, the power of tablets 6 or 8 years ago, there was no way they could handle like 9,000 little skeletons on the screen at once. And then, hey, check this out right here. You may have seen this pattern elsewhere. This has actually become one of the most copied thumbnails in the history of Clash of Clans, the Ring of Healers. And obviously other content creators have done it with a more reasonable number of healers, but this was the thumbnail for the original Peter $17 wins the game video, which I will link in this video so you can check it out, also in the description. But yeah, this is the most copied thumbnail of all time. That and probably my other one, the in one video. You'll notice there's a ton of content creators that have copied those 2 thumbnails. And of course, now that I look back at this, I think there's so much more that we could have done. Tried to get 1 P.E.K.K.A. with 300 healers and see how far it can get through a base. The problem is there just wasn't really one troop that could do it. Although, yes, of course, I did also make a video that had millions and millions of views called One Troop 3 Stars, Unusual Attacks of All Kinds. And I'll try to remember to link that video here and in the description as well. That was a lot of fun, and I really miss those days. Yes, those that are wondering, Supercell has no longer allowed creators to do this. And so we can't do any of the weird, impossible raids that we used to back then with 300. Because yes, of course, I would love to try 300 of anything at this point, but it's just not going to happen any longer. It was fun, and yes, so we tricked Peter $17. He thought that he was out there attacking with 300 of every single troop, but also, more importantly, we let Peter think that he had found my base. So we put the iPad back down, we leave it in the clouds like it was when Peter walked away. He comes back, and lo and behold, he's, of course, complaining about the clouds, which he had no idea what real clouds were back then, back in the day, when the higher level players were looking for town halls, and they saw hours and hours of endless clouds like this. But so Peter is finally going to get through the clouds, he is going to find my base, and that's when he decided that that was, for some reason, the ultimate matchup. That is what determines who wins Clash if you defeat Galadon. And yes, notice, yeah, my account name is named Galadon. It's an impossible Town Hall 10, very obviously in the developer build back then, but Peter flips out right about now, super excited, going crazy, can't wait to attack my base. And yeah, so luckily for me, this is not my real base, but then again, if you guys have watched the channel, you know that he also destroyed my oldest Clash of Clans Christmas tree in a previous video, but that's definitely a subject for another day. So Peter comes in, and of course, even though I only have one defense in the entire base, he decides that, 100 or so P.E.K.K.A.s should probably be enough, and then the wall breakers just out of spite to destroy my beautiful blue walls. If you guys remember the old days of the blue walls, Peter makes some snide comment like clash off Galadon or something like that. And then he drops in another 100 or so golems. By the time he gets this done, the attack is done. And this is where he decides he's won the game, right? Now, of course, we did also play another little trick on him, and that is I renamed his account in the developer build as well to, I think I renamed it to Peter $17 You Won, and here it is. And yes, also he has over 5,000 trophies at a time when no actual live player had come anywhere near 5,000 trophies. Peter decides he wins the game, and the rest is history. I hope you guys get a chance to check out his channel as well, his other videos. I'll put those in the description. Thank you, diehards, GalaFam members, for still watching, for sticking around all the way to the end of the episode. You know you are the true hashtag GalaFam. That is why I love thinking about it. Appreciate every single one of every single day. So get out there and make the best of the rest of your day. Be kind of you want to play. I'll see you back here again tomorrow for all texts. I'm getting faster at that. Even though I'm getting older, I'm getting faster.
Galadon, it's about time you made a video with homage to Peter $17. Make more!